people, welcome back to Money's Book List. So today I'm here to film the first part of my cooking review videos. I will be doing this every quarter. I will be picking cookbooks to review. I will be making dishes and cooking them and talking about the process and price point, why I picked them, do I believe they're good cookbooks, and so on and so forth. I will be filming this whole process in several steps, but this is the one to talk about the cookbooks this is video to talk about the ones I'm picking to begin this process. So let's see. As you guys know, I have been trying to lose weight, or not trying. I have been successfully losing weight over the last couple years. I am down a absurd amount. But I'm at the point where I'm starting to plateau and I need to be able to find food that I enjoy, but also is still low on the caloric intake, low on sodium, and low on carbs. I'm not getting rid of carbs because once you hear the type of food I'm eating, you'll know, yeah, she ain't getting rid of carbs. I love carbs. Carbs make people happy. Also, carbs are good for energy. You just have to find, okay, I'm getting too deep in it. Anyway, for me, food is about flavor. It's about mainly flavor for me. And I notice that when the flavor of the food is there for me, I tend to eat less because I am satisfied, because I am filled with the flavor, or I'm satisfied with the flavor, not filled with the flavor. What the fudge, nickel, and peanuts am I talking about? Anyway, let's talk about the cookbooks that I am going to be reviewing this quarter. So this quarter, I am really big into the umami, earthy, spicy flavoring. And for me, I get all those things from Asian cuisine. Okay? I used a hell of a word right there. I was going to say Asian food. I probably should have just stuck with that. Anyway, I do. I cook a lot of Asian food. I cook a lot of international food. Like, I cook a lot of European food, a lot of Mexican food. But yeah, I do. But right now, the cookbooks that I actually am inspired to look at and try to learn from and cook from are the ones I have here. So let's get started. So the first one is called Asian Salads. And this book is literally 72 inspired Asian salads from all over South Asia. Not South, I guess it is South Asia, or just Asia in general. It's Vietnam, China, Korea, Thailand, and India. So I'm really excited about this. And there's a lot of salads in here who have a lot of the umami flavoring I like. It has a very earthy, the thing I like about Asian cuisine the most is that there's a lot of fresh green that you put in your dish. I noticed that the way I grew up, we did eat vegetables, but they were always cooked to death, if you will. And because I'm very comfortable with that, it's hard for me to eat traditional vegetables without there being some type of uniqueness to them. Raw, like I don't like raw vegetables at all, except when I'm eating. But the raw vegetables I'm eating when I'm eating like Asian inspired food is like it's not the traditional ones. I'll just say that. Next is, everyone who knows me knows your girl loves a good noodle bowl, rice and noodles. Listen. I will put up the authors because I think some of these are collaborative works. But yes, so I'm excited to do this one. To take a few. As you can see at the top, I already got the ones I want to get in there and get to. And last but not least is Honeysuckle. Now this one is very special to me because this one is produced by or created by a fellow YouTuber. I cannot say her first name, so I'm just going to show you the picture of her. She has a YouTube channel, and I think it's called the Honeysuckle channel. She calls her viewers the honeybees. Now, I enjoy her channel so much, and the reason why I got this cookbook, the reason why I reserved it from my library was because I wanted to support her, but I also wanted to make sure I wasn't, wasting no money. I'm being honest. And then also, I am a person who likes to do everything at home. I love to do everything homemade, everything. everything. I make my jams homemade. We make bread in this house. We make sauce in this house. We make everything homemade. We've made pasta in this house. And I also like pickling food. I like pickling things like red onions, various things, because again, you get that like tangy flavor with the vinegar. Some people don't like the taste of vinegar. I get it. I don't like the smell of vinegar. I enjoy the taste of it though. Yeah, so I'm a pickling person and this is great for me. Asian pickling, you know. I love a good kimchi. Got a bunch of it in the fridge right now. So yeah, so those are the cookbooks that I will be reviewing. I will be taking 1 or 2 dishes from each of them over the next month or so, and determining, you know, is it a good price point? Are they easy steps to follow? Is it worth it? And those things are important to me because of the fact that I mainly cook for myself. And although I have a family, I live with 2 people who have very picky palates, like very picky. And they tend to eat very pickily, if that's a word. Very pickily? That's not a word. But anyway, of course my daughter's palate is unique because she has what is it called? I don't want to say food aversions, but she has food sensitivities because she is on the spectrum. And however, she's this kid, man. Don't get me started talking about my little baby though, because she's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. She's made so many strides, and she's trying new foods. But right now, she's still not at the point where she's eating Asian cuisine with me. My husband, the same thing. He has a very selective palate. He is not on the spectrum, but he has a very selective palate. He's not big on all the stuff I am. But so it's important to me that if I'm making these dishes, I'm taking time from my family to make these dishes, and I'm making sure that I'm not spending too much time. I'm not spending too much money just on myself for a dish. Are these things that I can keep on hand, and I'm not always constantly having to buy them? Because when it gets to that point where you're constantly having to buy the ingredients constantly, then it isn't a meal that you can incorporate in your repertoire of meals that you can do weekly. And that's my big thing. I am prep queen, okay? I prep everything. I have my kids' clothes prepped for the next 3 weeks, okay? So it's important to me that it's something I can incorporate into my daily routine of food prep for the week. And it's not something I have to be like, okay, I need to go ahead and do that. And that's interesting, especially the fact that I'm cooking a cuisine that is not native to the country I live in. So it's important that if I'm taking on these foods, or I'm putting these foods into my personal cookbook, I'm keeping that in mind. Like, look, this isn't natural food that you would buy for this house. You might want to consider this to be a special meal and not a daily meal. All right, so we are cooking from rice and noodles. Chose for this quarter's cookbook reviews, and I'm doing recipe. I'm not gonna be able to say it, but it is bun done. You know what? You could just read it. Just says rice noodles with grilled pork. That's what we doing. So I'm gonna take you over. Try not to show you too much of my dirty kitchen. Take you over. I've created or finished making the marinade for the pork. That's here. So this says to let it sit in this for no less than an hour. But since it is a work day, it will be sitting in here until I am done working for the day, and I'll be cooking it tonight. So yeah, so the next part should be me cooking it and then me eating it. So everything that's in the marinade is pretty interesting. There's this wonderful sauce called oyster sauce. If you like seafood, you'll like it. And then there's this very pungent sauce that's in here, which is basically fish sauce. It is literally fish sauce. So, and then there's some oil, there's some lemongrass. I choose frozen lemongrass. I know fresh lemongrass is way better, but girl, I ain't got time for it. There's a little bit of sugar. I'm going to show you everything in the recipe. There's a little bit of sugar, not a lot, but a little bit. Some ginger. What else was in there? Garlic. I feel like there was something else. Maybe that's just it. But yeah, so this is the cooking, the preparation for the meal I'll be making tonight from, again, the rice and noodle cookbook. All right, next part coming up soon. Okay, so this is the second part of the prep for the dish, is pickling the accoutrements for the top of the dish, which normally you would put daikon, which is white radish. You would put 3 cups of that and 3 cups of carrots. I don't have daikon. I don't really like the taste of daikon, so I didn't add it. And then, so you pickle this, and the pickling is just rice vinegar, sugar, and that's it. Oh, and salt, and that's it. And then there is the dressing that goes on top of the dish. And then here is lemon juice, water, fish sauce, sugar. I think that's it. Oh, and garlic and Saraceno, or I think they call it Serrano. I don't know. Chilies, hot ass chilies. That's what's in here. So I would say if you're not cooking this type of dish often, this is going to take you a while to do. So I don't know. It depends on how bad you want the dish. So for me, I pickle everything. So this is not hard for me. I have pickling, rice vinegar, all that kind of stuff in my pantry all the time. So I have fish sauce. I have it all. But if you don't, you might not want to invest heavily into this dish, especially if you're going to only eat it once or twice. All right. Again, I'll come back with the rest of the dish. So this is the finished product. It doesn't look amazing. There are rice noodles under here. I did put the dressing on, and I did put the onions in. Those are carrots. Those are not onions. Yeah, it looks okay. Do I think it was worth all of this? I don't really know until I taste it. I did taste the meat. It tastes pretty good. It needs a little salt. So I'll let you guys know. All right. Okay, so we have started this recipe. My coworkers in the Philippines just call it peris. And it is a beef noodle soup. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. Cut up all the Napa cabbage. Browning the meat. About to add in the rest of the ingredients, which are what is it, how do you say it? Anise? Anise and cinnamon, beef stock, and water. So yeah, this so far so good. I want to say this one is way easier to make. However, I'm technically not going to get to eat it tonight because this cooks for 2.5 hours and it is 7 o'clock. But yeah, so far so good. All right. Okay. So we have brought it to a boil. So I'm going to put it on this back burner so that I don't have to worry about my little girl. I'm going to put it on the low heat. And yeah, so we just got about 2 hours to go before this is done. And I still got to cook the noodles. Again, I'm going to eat this tomorrow probably for lunch and dinner. Okay, so I lied. I am going to eat tonight. So I've already got the egg, lime, the crispy garlic, green onion. The meat is done. Just meat and broth. And the noodles are cooking right now. So when they're done, I will ladle the noodles in, then the cabbage, and then pour over the broth, add the egg and lime, and then the accoutrements. And I think that's it. So then I'll taste it and tell you guys what I think. All right, so it's all done. As you see, there's the soup. It's the broth and the meat, and the egg goes on. I've already put the green onions and the crispy garlic on. And last but not least, if you want, you can do a chili pepper, but I have been eating tons of hot and spicy things lately, and my stomach is like, I can't take you doing that. So last is just a squeeze of lemon. Slow lemon. Ain't do nothing. Thank God I got another square. So let's try it again. Let's do a little more. All right, I think that's gonna do it. But yeah, so there it is. This is pronounced, my Filipino coworkers say it's pronounced pears. I think I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, and yeah, All done. About to eat. I'll tell you if I like it or not. All right, so I'm done with the beef noodle soup from the Philippines, and I like the heartiness of it. I like the Napa cabbage in it. I thought that was interesting. Overall, I feel like it was heavy with with beef broth. Like pretty much all of it was basically beef broth and a little bit of and water. Oh shoot, maybe I didn't. Actually, now that I say that, I think I didn't put enough water in it. I think I only put 2 cups of water and it called for 4. That's why it's so brothy. Okay, then I guess I have to say human error on this. Usually when I cook with my kid awake, I always miss at least one step. Overall, I thought it was good. I think I am going to add another cup of water to it. When I heat it up for tomorrow dinner, I'll add another cup of water and see if that doesn't help thin it out a bit. But it was kind of, it's kind of heavy. I'm not going to lie. The noodles were okay. They're egg noodles. So overall, I would say this dish is probably, if I'm rating it out of 10, I would give it a strong 5.5. Hey guys, so really quick before I close out this video, I wanted to say that the last recipe for me did bump up to a 6 out of 10 because I actually talked to my coworkers and they said, hey, you should put it over rice instead of noodles. It will soak up some of the broth and also some of the sweetness, because it was really thick because I left off 2 cups of water, and also it was kind of sweet because it has sugar in it, and it also had cinnamon. Yeah, it had 2 cinnamon sticks, and it also had star anise, so it was quite sweet. So my coworkers was like, put it over rice. Make sure you add a lot of the garlic, crispy garlic, and the green onion, and it should help it, and it did. So much better over rice than noodles. Prefer it over rice. And so yeah, so it's a 6 out of 10. I would make it again, probably just on special occasions. So, all right, bye.